After completing the first phase of treatment, that is the primary treatment of sewage, now let's move to the secondary treatment, that is the second phase. We notice that in the primary treatment, only the larger solids, larger matters and larger particles are removed, but still the sewage contains the inorganic matters like bacteria, colloidal substances, etc. Such effluent cannot be discharged to the natural water or a natural environment. To keep environment safe, we have to treat those sewage which is already treated from first phase of treatment, that is the primary treatment of sewage. The secondary treatment of a sewage also have various units. Now see their functions. Secondary treatment of sewage contains the various units, that is first is aeration tank, secondary sedimentation tank, digestion tank, dosing tank, trickling filter and chlorination, and finally it is disposed of. Last time we see that the sewage from the primary treatment is bring to the aeration tank, that is the first unit of the secondary treatment of sewage. Here the sewage is bring to contact with air. It also helps to absorb oxygen from air, and finally it helps the bacteria to break up the organic matters quickly. Here I provide a DC motor with 12-volt battery to provide the air for a sewage to absorb air from. The process of absorbing oxygen from air is known as aeration. That's why this tank is known as aeration tank. The aeration play a very major operation in activated sludge process. Due to aeration, the sludge containing bacteria becomes more powerful in decomposing the sewage quickly. For the second unit of a secondary treatment of a sewage, that is secondary sedimentation tank. This tank helps to remove the very fine suspended particles with the help of coagulant. Here we can see that a thermocol bubble wall is constructed across a tank, which helps to divide the tank in two zones. This side of zone helps to the access activated sludge to transfer via this pipe to the digestion tank, and this digestion tank helps to break the organic matters into liquid and also reduce the volume and moisture content of sludge. In this tank it also convert the sludge into fertilizer, that is manure, etc. This manure we can use in our field to yield our crops. Finally, it produces some gases which may be used as fuel, and those fertilizer, manure, fuels are taken. Now the other side, that is the second zone of this secondary sedimentation tank, is that here is written that the return of activated sludge. This zone is meant for the recirculation of the activated sludge to the aeration tank. Some portion of activated sludge is recirculated to the aeration tank with the help of pumping. Here the second zone is meant for the recirculation of the sludge to the aeration tank. Again, this sludge is provided in contact with air. The next unit, that is we have a trickling filter in secondary treatment of sewage. The main function of trickling filter is that it removes the total solid of sewage, and it also reduces the biological oxygen demand, that is BOD. And here for a demonstration I provide filter in trickling filter so that we can understand that its working principle is the filtering the sewage. And after the trickling filter we have chlorination chamber. It's the final unit of the secondary treatment of a sewage. This chamber provides a chlorine to the sewage, and it helps to disinfect the sewage by chlorine. It prevents the corrosion of the sewers, that is the sewage pipelines. It also prevent or restrict the growth of algae and other vegetation like in the sewage pipelines. Here the chlorine is fall by the drop by drop from here, and it is added to the sewage, and finally the sewage from the chlorination chamber we can dispose to our environment without harming their ecosystem and other natures. Here I provide a electrical submersible pump to repeat this cycle